Hey guys. I don't even know how to start this one. I feel like it hasn't even been more than a week, and I'm just like, you know me making new music. Been feeling very experimental. Look at my new plant. Cheers. Dude, I was doing this thing where I had... Well, I don't want to be like... demon. I don't know how to say it without... My teeth totally hit it. So I was like, put the mic up to your mouth. And I'm like, I'm sorry. So... And it like touches my beard. Yeah. I don't know how to start this one. I can't open this drink. But yeah, today, basically, sorry. We're gonna be investigating conspiracy theories. And internet anomalies. Because I was like looking at these like weird internet like urban legends, mysteries, anomalies, if you will. I was really intrigued by a lot of them, so I thought we'd go into those, because they're not necessarily conspiracies, but they were like, conspiracy-ish, but they were just like weird things, so, yeah. I was kind of, inspired by like a few creators I've been watching lately, and it's kind of cool to see like it reverberate back to you in a way, when you're like, oh wait, like the people you watch might like the same things that you make, kind of thing, and it's kind of cool. I guess sometimes not. Anyway, who cares? Cheers. It's so good. Mangoes? Oh my god. I love mangoes. Mangoes are so good. I think I might like mangoes. I don't know. Pineapples are so good though. I can't say one is better than the other. They're like good in their own lane. I don't even know how to start this one actually. I just felt really good about streaming and yeah. Dude, oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. I was kind of saving this actually. I don't even know if anyone's really here though, but if you are, stop and say hey. I mean, I don't mind if you lurk. You know, do what you want. I don't really mind. But I kind of just wanted to wait a little bit so you get past the AI. Anyway, so I mean, I'm totally doing nothing. So this is called Cali Lightning. Oh my god. Like, the dispenser guy was so handsome. I'm not even gonna lie. He was so cute. And I was like, noticing, I was like, wow, we both have on pink shorts and a black shirt. So maybe he was gay, but I didn't want to assume that. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm getting better. I have the microphone right in front of me, okay? And I have a freaking... to start with. Can you be mad at me? Dude, thank you for 769 subscribers on this channel. I can't even believe I even got one. So thank you for that many. I have 231 left to go. If I want to hit 1K this year, hopefully. I don't know, maybe that's ambitious, but I remember watching a video and I remember like thinking someone was saying that like, I don't know, there's some people have way more ambitious ones, but given the kind of content I make, I feel like, you know what I mean? That's more approachable. He gave me like, usually they give me a regular size lighter when I go to the dispo, because I'll use like the points to get one, and it was yellow last time. This time it was like a black. And today, I'll be having some Cali Lightning. It's like a sativa Dom. He's in there asked. I was like, I trust you. Maybe he was just really cute. And that shouldn't have warranted trust, but I did. Anyway, I'll shut up. Let me just spark this. Cheers. It's good though. This is it's so funny, the plant that I got. I guess it's not that funny, but it is a parsley aurelia, or variegated if you care. But yeah, I've had similar plants to this in the past and they've died, and so I'm kind of scared. I mean, I've had this one variety in the past and it didn't. It just got like stolen. So I don't know how good it'll be. But yeah, I think this one's hardier than the other Aurelias I've gotten. Yeah, I was working on this song, which is kind of like more reggaeton and faster than most songs I make. Sorry, I don't mean to do too much right now. But whatever. The real ones will stay. Cheers. I knew that was possible. Alright, I'm sorry. We'll get into the conspiracies. I was a little bit more repetitive, but I did want to kind of like work on that beat and stuff. But that was a really cool part. I wanted to share that with you. The Imogen album, I'm not sure. I think I want that to be a part of the album. Everything that I made so far this year too. But yeah, it's kind of interesting whenever you started working or getting better at something, and you're like, where do I make the cutoff point from like where I began getting better to like now, or if I should include like my process, like, because it's so funny, like the starting songs. This is awesome. I can't believe it's not running. Usually I totally ashed before I got to the ashtray. Anyway, usually they like burn or like weirdly, but this one's good. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, why am I saying sorry? I don't know. Sometimes I feel weird whenever I'm chilling in the beginning with you guys before I get into the theories, but I think I want to do that more, like, more vibe with me, chill with me, and then chill with me while we get into, like, theories and shit. But yeah. That was such a cool little beat. I love that one. And the one I'm playing right now is just called 2024, which I guess is a title, but oh my god, and I was remixing, I'm not even gonna lie, I was remixing Doja Cat. It wasn't even like an official song. It was like one off her live stream, which hopefully she's okay with that. But I was really inspired. But I'll play a little bit of it while we chill. But I just really like how I mixed this. It really inspired me to make more music. Yeah. Just working with like longer length music. Oh my god. But yeah, really becoming into my own sound too is fucking crazy. Like, figuring out what I really like, what I want to portray myself as, was really interesting too. I don't know, I just totally have like a vision. Maybe when you're like a real artist, you're like, you just have a vision you can't help but like create from. You want to express that and just show like what your mind is like coming up with. Or how you see it, how you would do it. But yeah, I totally like took the beat and like notched it up, basically like cut it up so it flows well. I just hit the mic. But yeah, I thought that was really pretty though. I'll just have it in the background. I'm gonna try to include that time because I'm sorry, I suck at my job as a YouTuber. I'm trying to get better. I don't know. I feel like everyone has their own struggles and stuff, but like my mental health is just like, I'm trying to get a hold of my ADHD and stuff basically. I'm not sure how to get better, but I know it contributes to like some stuff. But also I feel like my ADHD is kind of like a, I don't know, it's weird. It's like a gift and a curse. It's funny. For real though. It's a curse. What are you like halfway through this J? I might save it. Because I'm just gonna be like gone. I mean, you guys probably would enjoy that though. Fuck it. I don't know. Hopefully you guys are having a good week or week into your weekend because it's Monday night into Tuesday. Oh my god, it's Tuesday. I didn't say that. I totally just included like more vocals than I usually would, I feel like, lately in my music. I just started, I mean, maybe I just understood the, like, intrinsic combination, harmony between vocals and music and shit. Hello, cadaver dog. Yeah, I feel like I've mostly just made, like, instrumental music in the past, and now it's been, like, more, I don't know. Yeah, I'm starting to include more vocals, I guess, and experiment more. I guess, with vocals. I've always been really experimental, though. I remember literally I was, like, talking to someone earlier, like, in person, and I realized I was, like, mumbling. Like, I was mumbling really bad, and they were like, hello? So, yeah, that was interesting. But, I think I'll shut up. We'll start getting into, I wonder if I want to do conspiracy theories or, internet anomalies. I think, honestly, I'm going to do internet anomalies, and then we're going to get into conspiracy theories. I know I did conspiracy theories first in the title, but I think that's what I want to do. Okay, cool. Alright, this is like surveillance cameraman. I don't know. I think some people know what this is, some people don't.
Surveillance cameraman.
We're gonna start with internet anomalies.
In 2013, a channel called Surveillance Cameraman was created on YouTube. And although the videos have all been taken down now, only accessible through a handful of internet archives, there was once a time when this channel went so viral that it was even featured in the news and in the Seattle Times newspaper. Although the videos are no longer visible on YouTube, pretty much all of the Surveillance Cameraman videos follow the exact same formula. A man with a camera would walk around the streets.
He was over his shit immediately.
Street, get in their personal space.
That's
and
weird.
recording them without their permission, and without even bothering to explain to people why he was recording or what he planned to do with the videos in the future. As you can imagine, a lot of people didn't take kindly to having a camera shoved in their face, but his targets would confront him and ask him what he was doing.
Oh, that's so
He would
crazy.
either stay completely silent, make slight grunting noises, or just say something extremely vague like, "I'm just recording a video." In some of his videos, people would naturally get pretty mad at him, but he never seemed to care and just kept on recording, even when being yelled at and chased away by his
Damn, he got a sign thrown at
having
him.
his camera even batted away.
Whoa.
However, people would just get self-conscious and awkward when they realized they were being recorded and would try to walk away from who they probably assumed was either a stalker or just a jerk with no consideration for their privacy and personal space. The channel was extremely weird, and if you take a minute to analyze Surveillance Cameraman's actions, it might seem like there wasn't a real purpose to his videos other than
That is kinda strange,
to
though.
get cheap views on YouTube. However, in one of his videos,
I wonder, like,
suggests there was a deeper meaning to the channel.
what
His
people
first
think
video
the deeper
ever, he
meaning
walks
was.
into a young couple studying on a college campus, immediately pulls out his camera and starts recording without their permission. After a few moments of awkward silence where the couple tries to figure out what's going on, the guy asks Surveillance Cameraman why he's recording them when they're just minding their own business, to which the reporter responds with a question.
He asks us, why are you taking the video? Just taking the video. Okay, well, I don't...
Okay, well...
Video.
Ah.
I'm not worried, you're just being annoying.
Look at it this way. You ever go to the grocery store? You know, there's like surveillance cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
It's weird. I'm like looking it up.
Okay,
It's just a video.
no, you're just being annoying.
After the video was uploaded, a lot of people started to speculate that maybe the entire point of the channel was to raise awareness about how much we've sacrificed our privacy in today's world. How we've silently consented to institutions
it's
to record
weird.
our every move and use the footage for means we're not 100% aware of. Although, this theory was never officially confirmed by Surveillance Cameraman himself. Even if it were true, putting cameras in strangers' face just to make a point is a pretty obnoxious way to make a social commentary. Throughout the rest of all his videos, there's almost no further mention of the channel.
There's still a
having
channel.
meaning. Shortly after the channel was created, a local Seattle news station even made a report on Surveillance Cameraman, heavily leaning into the possibility
That's
that the
really
channel was
weird,
created
though.
to comment on a social issue. Shortly after, the Seattle Times even published an article about how the uploader's actions were making a lot of people question the meaning of privacy in the 21st century. Still, because YouTube pretty much wiped the entire channel's videos, it's hard to know the real motivation.
It is kinda weird, though.
On the street and posting it to YouTube. ForgottenLanguages.org. ForgottenLanguages.org is a very confusing website.
Oh my god, I was gonna make, holy shit, I was almost gonna make like a whole video on this fucking website because this shit, I went so deep. And this is the part where I'm like, I went too deep, guys. The Forgotten Languages, like, website. And then I went to it, and then I think that, I don't know, I couldn't, like,
which has led to the
look
creation
at what was on it. I
of
forgot
pretty
why,
deep
but
content over the years. Upon visiting the site, you'll be greeted with what appears to be a library of strange articles with some very weird images. What makes this website so strange is that none of these articles are legible, as they appear to be written in some sort of unknown language. Some of the articles do have snippets of English sprinkled throughout them, but for the most part, they're pretty much impossible to understand. The only way you'd be able to get an idea of what each article is about would be to look at the external documents being referenced in the article and do some reverse engineering to make an educated guess as to the article's subject matter. The further I ventured into the site, the stranger the topics of the articles started to get, with a lot of them being written on things like occult spirituality, alien technologies, the darker side of neuropsychology, and similar topics. Although some people have speculated that the entire site is written in complete gibberish and was just made as a complicated joke, others have claimed to have successfully translated some of the articles with advanced translation software. Many people seem to think ForgottenLanguages.org is the work of a mysterious woman who goes by the name Angel, along with 15 other close collaborators who are obsessed with
there's
using
gotta be,
already
like,
existing
more to
languages
it.
to create a new, universal language that can be understood by living organisms other than humans. This is where it starts to get a little confusing, as the creators of the website have also allegedly claimed that they made ForgottenLanguages.org to share some sort of secret knowledge with other speakers of the language around the world. Because some of the articles on the site seem to reference confidential government documents, lots of people have theorized that there's something deeper going on behind the scenes at Forgotten Languages, but so far none of this has been confirmed. I also found really elaborate association charts made by someone who wanted to find all the people connected to the website. But some of the associations look like a bit too much of a stretch. It looks more like a conspiracy theory chart than anything else. Because the owners of Forgotten Languages have been
I
uploading
don't know why this intrigued me, like, so much.
articles to their site for over 15 years, it's hard to believe they're doing it without a real purpose. If it were a hoax or some sort of ARG, this would be a pretty elaborate one. As I later found out, there's also a Forgotten Languages YouTube channel with some very strange videos. A couple of other YouTubers have reached out to the channel owners who responded not to worry about the channel as the videos were all made as messages for their members or something like that. It's possible in the future more information on Forgotten Languages will surface, but for now there's not really a concrete idea as to what the site is actually used for. Thriftshop SD cards. In 2014, a channel called Thriftshop SD Cards was created on YouTube with the intention of uploading strange things that the channel owners found in the memory cards and cameras they bought at thrift stores. Since its creation, only 2 videos have been uploaded to its channel, with the most recent one dating back to September 2014. In the description of the first video, the uploaders claimed that the video was found on an SD card in an old digital camera around 2004, and that the footage shows 2 teens looking at what appears to be an abandoned school. As per the caption, there's a weird sound at 49 seconds, after which the 2 teens mention a moving door and turn the camera off.
Wait a minute, did you see that? Did that door just move? Did you, nope, nope. Did you see that? Like, was that a door that just moved?
Because the video ends as soon as one of the teenagers turns around, it's impossible to know what exactly caused the door to move. Still, it's pretty creepy considering the video was allegedly found on a thrift shop camera. The second video shows a man staring into the camera and talking about something being in his eyes, and asking someone else if they see the things in his eyes too, with no response.
Anything from the early 2000s is just kind of crazy to think about, like, that was like, if you were alive in the early 2000s, then 20 years back would have been like the early 80s, for example. So it's like that time distance now is like kind of crazy.
According to the uploader, this video was taken in 2003, and although many people have found it a little disturbing, it's more than likely that the guy just had colored contact lenses in his eyes and was going to send the video to a friend asking if he could see them. Although of course this hasn't been confirmed, it's pretty likely that's all there is to this video. Help me, Susie's dying. In the UK in the 70s and 80s, there were rumors that if you went to certain telephone booths,
I don't know if there's anything to the
number,
last
you would
one.
allegedly reach a woman with a flat, monotone voice repeating the
People with
same
green eyes be
phrase
like,
over and over. Help me, Susie's dying. However, on the internet, there's some contradicting information circulating about the whole thing. Many people disagree on the exact number you'd have to dial to reach the disturbing voice, and what the exact message you'd hear was, but the common consensus was that the number was simply 202020, or a similar combination of 2s and 0s. Over the years, the story's been reposted all over the internet on forums like 4chan and Reddit, and the first account of the Help Me Susie's Dying story I was able to find dates all the way back to the year 2000. A man from Lancashire named Rob Dickinson wrote about his account of what happened when he and a couple of his friends went into a phone booth in the mid-70s to see if the rumors were true. Rob's account was originally published in the It Happened to Me section of the 14 Times, a British magazine dedicated to publishing people's accounts of their encounters with the odd, paranormal, and mysterious. I found a few more accounts of the same story in the same magazine, and although there was some contradicting information in some of them, they all agreed that the phone booths were located in or around the town of Burnley in the UK, and that the incident took place.
I don't think I've ever used a phone booth
These
once.
few accounts are the only official sources of information.
Sorry, I don't think I've ever used a phone booth one time, and I was born in 2000. But I've seen them in like operating like when in the early 2000s before they were like fully canceled. I feel like there's still a few phone booths active today, but they're just not as common. But I've never seen them in airports and stuff.
Available in the Help Me Susie's
And like
Dying
Las
incident,
Vegas
which makes it
when
hard
I
to
was
confirm
growing
whether
up there.
This is true. According to one of the most logical and believable theories that has surfaced regarding the disturbing recording, the voice was supposed to be a test not meant to be heard by the public. And it's possible that due to the bad quality of the recording back in the 70s and 80s, the voice could have been saying something completely different than what the users heard. It's possible that the voice was saying something like, "Hold please, user dialing," but because of the complexity of the recording, the dialer heard, "Help me, Susie's dying," and the whole story became a case of broken telephone. Still, it's possible that some employees at the phone booth company programmed the test recording to say something dark and disturbing as a joke.
I mean, I don't know.
Sweet Peach. Sweet Peach is an extremely strange YouTube channel created in July 2017 featuring over 17,000 videos that don't seem to make any sense. All of the videos are the same, starting with an image of a couple of barcodes and eventually becoming a jarbled mess of colorful graphics, geometric shapes, and smiley faces while beeping tones can be heard in the background. Although the videos vary in length, most of them range from 2 to 9 minutes long, and despite the insane amount of videos that have been uploaded to the channel over the years, there doesn't seem to be any sort of meaning to Sweet Peach. Many people have come up with all kinds of theories to explain the channel's purpose, but it seems the channel is most similar to another channel called webdriver Torso. On September 23rd, 2013, webdriver Torso started uploading videos at a pretty insane rate, often every 15 to 20 minutes.
Like another
Similarly
theory
to
in the
Sweet
past.
Peach, the videos consisted of simple slides with colorful graphics.
So I was gonna say, I remember WebDriver Torso a theory in the past, but I think YouTube was like, no, this is like a test channel.
And constant beeping noises playing in the background. Although most of the 624,000 videos uploaded to the channel were pretty much the same, the channel gained a lot of public attention in 2014 when a couple of users found
Wow,
that
10 years
sprinkled
ago,
throughout some of
my
the videos.
god.
As the videos gained attention online, YouTube
Bye.
eventually admitted that the channel had been created by their performance engineers as an internal testing tool for visuals and audio. And in 2017, WebDriver Torso stopped posting videos at the same crazy fast rate. Still, WebDriver Torso remains active to this day, still posting videos on occasion. Considering its similarities to WebDriver Torso, it's possible that Sweet Peach is just another automated performance testing account. Otherwise, I can't really think of a good reason to have a channel like this. The Stinkymeat Project.
Ew.
Stinkymeat.net is probably one
trigger
of the
warning.
strangest, most disgusting websites hidden in the corners of the internet. It's not necessarily disturbing, just incredibly weird. As per the website's description, the Stinkymeat Project was created in the summer of 2000 by a guy named Malin Smith, who thought it would be a good idea to take 3 different kinds of meat, put them on a plate, and place them in his neighbor's yard to see what would happen if he left the meat to rot. Long story short, because
It does
he
have,
never
like,
got arrested
old
for his
internet
antics in his
energy.
neighbor's yard, he decided to turn the Stinkymeat Project into something a
That's
little bit bigger.
gross.
Over the years, Malin Smith and a couple of his friends have been taking different kinds of raw meat and documenting what happens when they leave the meat in random locations such as libraries, malls, parks, backyards, and even on top of their computers. The whole project consists of them going back to the meat they've left in different locations, checking to see how disgusting it gets over time, and uploading the pictures to their site, as well as some descriptions of what they had to go through for the meat to end up where it did. There doesn't seem to be much more to it. The sheer effort they've put into the whole thing is pretty insane. Over time, Malin and his friends...
Whoa, is that like a mall area?
Project logo on t-shirts, and it appears they even had a bit of a fan base at their peak. It seems the project is no longer active, but the website definitely still is, and probably will be for a while. Floating Chinese City.
Oh, I remember seeing this as a kid, actually.
What appeared to be a floating city in the clouds above the Chinese city of Foshan started circulating everywhere online, and after it was covered in several news stations around the world, all kinds of theories started surfacing regarding the video's origin.
And they said it was like
the quality of the video,
like a mirage, but I don't know. It definitely looked like a floating city that had a different skyline than what was on the ground. Well, let's take a look.
Because it was allegedly shot on a cloudy day, it doesn't immediately look fake. Despite the fact that even sources like CNN covered it,
crazy,
no one really knows who shot the video or where it came from, which is pretty strange regardless of whether it's real or not. As you can imagine, as soon as some of the more credible news sources began speculating about the video's origin, people started throwing around all kinds of conspiracy theories, with some people claiming that the footage is undeniable evidence of the so-called Bluebeam Project. According to the now deceased Canadian writer,
oh my god, don't even get me started on Bluebeam.
Was NASA's effort to broadcast holograms of the second coming of Christ all over the world to implement a totalitarian takeover.
Okay, yeah, the whole thing with Project Bluebeam is that they're gonna like stage the end of the world by projecting a realistic hologram of what looks like the second coming of Jesus Christ, whatever that would look like, and basically ending the world. And that just kind of puts a pit in my stomach. Go like, oh, if they stage the end of the world by basically making it look like Jesus Christ is coming back, like that's such a fucked up way of like doing it to make everyone believe like it.
For sure. Some of the other more
I guess the Christian side of the world.
There's a more
but
explanation for the video of the floating city. According to one of the most believable ones, the floating city could have been a real video of something called a
that's basically like
which is basically an optical illusion
Project
or a
Bluebeam
mirage
in a
caused by
nutshell.
light rays being bent by extremely dense air trapped by alternating layers of warm and cold. This phenomenon sometimes causes boats and ships on the ocean.
But how does it like reflect so high up that it literally looks like a floating city? It's not just like the illusion of the edge of the earth not lining up with like the ocean
floating above the water in the distance, or that there's water in the distance on the road. Still, to say the floating city looks anything like what even the most impressive Fata Morgana usually looks like is a huge stretch, suggesting the very real possibility that the video was somehow faked.
It's interesting that no one has debunked it yet, or said how it was debunked, if it is fake.
In 2012, supposed footage of a secret
I would love to
mission
know.
to Mars in 1973 started gaining massive traction online. Many people bought into the theory that NASA had launched a covert project codenamed Project Red Sun in the late 60s and early 70s to land human beings on Mars and establish relationships with aliens without the general public noticing. The footage itself starts with a screen warning viewers that the video was not meant for public distribution, after which we see 3 minutes of blurry, wild footage of the supposed Mars landing.
Wait, I'm scared.
To make of the video, and it's not hard to see why many conspiracy theorists tried to position the footage as proof that NASA had been working with aliens for the past 50 years while keeping the public completely in the dark. Obviously, the most logical explanation is that the video and the theory behind it are fake. Some people have claimed that the footage is the work of the Faking Hoaxer, a small channel on YouTube that has released similar footage in the past and promoted it as real. It might also be worth mentioning that John Moonwalker, the YouTuber who originally uploaded the video back in 2012, has uploaded similar videos of questionable origin in the past. The most popular video on his channel, uploaded 14 years ago, is titled Apollo 17 Alien Encounter, and it shows some obviously edited footage of a moon landing. So, just with that, we have to take everything published by the channel with a grain of salt. A lot lot of people seem to favor the idea that the footage was created using some of NASA's still images of Mars and manipulating them with some basic editing software. But there are of course people in small pockets of the internet that still believe this is real, despite the overwhelming evidence against it.
Look at your hand closely.
Well, I mean, oh my god, I was gonna. I was about to get into this one. But yeah, don't forget to give the video a like if you enjoy it. And subscribe if you have not. Turn on post notifications and hit all if you want. Okay, if you do, I love you forever. Alright, I'll stop. But yeah, okay.
This is their staple.
Presentation 100%.
Hats, t-shirts,
The way she rolled that out, it's awesome.
Over 2 years.
I don't want to like. Oh my god, I love Anton. Okay, that was so funny. Oh my god. But yeah, I guess the whole theory that Monster is like satanic in some way, and that kind of goes into their marketing. But it's like, I guess, but there's so many different things out there. Not to downplay it, but like that have so many like weird sexual innuendos or like clever marketing tactics that you don't really see at first, but like if you really look for it, it's there. But yeah, oh my god, okay, I was gonna go watch this creator. His name is Film Cripper. I guess I'll shout out the last person I just saw, actually, Corey on YouTube for the Monster Energy drink full video, and then Chilling Scares for the disturbing internet anomalies for the first video. And then we're gonna watch Film Cooper, the craziest TikTok conspiracy theories. Okay, I just really liked his shirt. His shirt said, "Nature is queer," and I just like really connected like with that. Okay, let's start.
What's up, what's up, weirdos? Oh my god, the conspiracy theories of TikTok. This already feels like a classic, because there is one character who is so conspiracy theory-headed, but trust me, there is a wide array of conspiracy theories on TikTok. It goes from that one Brendan Fraser movie in the 2000s, Journey to the Center of the Earth, that's actually real, to also, by the way, mountains are people. And of course, Joe Biden is a clone, and a reptilian, and a...
Oh wait, I didn't want to get political.
I want to start with this man, the king of TikTok to me. His name is Immortal Zen, and he has almost 250,000 followers, so alive, and free 6ix9ine in the bio. Interesting. But the first video that I saw of his was this.
Hey y'all, check this conspiracy. People living for
Yo, check this motherfucking conspiracy theory, y'all.
When you do sell your soul, you are allowed to live forever. And these
Okay, I'll stop.
that are called youngins, rookies, new booties.
Wait, is that from That's a Raven?
No idea that these people still live.
This happens a lot in these conspiracy theory videos, where there will be some person on some...
I never even seen that clip.
Orlando Brown from That's So Raven. He's our trusted source of the people.
I almost said Orlando Bloom from Jump In, but I was like, wrong person.
Because I think he's my favorite TikToker after seeing all these videos. Like, all the text that he has on the screen. Stop scrolling. Living forever in Hollywood? Then just posting a clip of...
Hey, y'all, check this Hollywood motherfucking conspiracy theory. Literally my reaction.
That's kind of how it is. I mean, the weird sketchy stuff is like the, nepotism and you're creepy. But I don't know if you can choose to sell your soul to live forever.
But like with the technology we have now, like what?
Sell their soul. How do you sell it?
What's gonna come out in 10 years that's gonna be normalized? That's not around now. Like that's probably being in.
It's gonna blow your socks off. Well, then let's watch
Sorry, I was gonna say I don't know if you can hear me that well when it's playing, but like I was gonna say what's in like production now or already possible now that's not like future release ready, or I mean like like release to the public, like they're not ready for it, but that's possible for like the 1%, I guess, that can afford it. But it's just, I don't know, I find it all really intriguing, like,
second clip of
so I don't discount it immediately.
I don't understand. I thought you were dead.
Well, I'm not. That's the kicker. That's the kicker. Hey guys.
How much shit are we gonna be joking about now that's gonna be like, we pretty much knew it, they all put it in our faces.
How about a clip from Family Guy?
I don't know, even though it's not completely proven yet. The amount of shit that wasn't proven at one point that's now like for sure.
Kid Cudi explains it all. Now, Kristen Renee, I mean this with no disrespect. I really love Kid Cudi's music, but I don't think that
Kid
he has the
Cudi.
answer to immortality. James St. Patrick said, Drake said in a song, please don't stand at my grave and cry though. I'm not there. They made it so I can never really die though. It's called Vital. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it here too. I don't think that
I don't know. My thought is, if someone knows something, even if it's not Kid Cudi, and if it's actually going on, then someone knows something. If the technology is there, even if they're not expressly saying it, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
possesses the answers to
as Drake was just like on screen.
Fuck him up. Wow, I really got him there. Kendrick should have put that in the disc. By the way, okay, I will say, never mind. Don't let me get into the Drake Kendrick thing. Don't let me get into it. But
Bye. I can't get into it either.
No, he didn't. Morgan Freeman is
We'll split in half evenly.
No, he's just black. People say black don't crack, and then they show pictures of Morgan Freeman. By the way, he has aged, but yeah, he's like the example where people jokingly say that in a Facebook comment. Your mom would say that as a joke, and you're out here saying it seriously. This is what Morgan Freeman looked like in the 1980s. He looked like this. Morgan.
Wow. It's so interesting how people look the same, like, all the way through.
Ready to face another allegation of grabbing people and being a creepy uncle on set? Sorry. I had to say sorry. But yeah. That's so annoying. But yeah, he used Family Guy as a reference. He saw this scene. Why don't you come back to life? Well, gentlemen, sometimes being...
Wait, I saw this in like another clip about
Hey, is this guy somebody?
Yeah, that's James Woods. We got a celebrity here.
Imagine seeing that and being like, oh no, they're actually giving us a secret. They're not passing you...
That was the theory on Peter Griffin? That...
Just stoned out of your mind watching Family. Bruh. Thinking that Seth MacFarlane is releasing the truth behind the conspiracy theory of Hollywood's immortality to you through Family Guy. Brother in Christ, I'm gonna need you to just hear what I'm saying and then take that as a sign to just back off.
My body was immediately taken to a Hollywood hospital, where I was hooked up to a 17-year-old.
I mean, yeah, the theory where they like tell us through... I guess there's a theory where they are showing us through the media that we're watching in plain sight that of what's going on, but it's all a joke. But it's like...
It's a conspiracy theory buzzword. That means it's true, and that Seth MacFarlane told me that. It's true. Okay, if immortality is real, then how come people die? Idiot. How come Dick Van Dyke looks like that? I love Dick Van Dyke.
I don't know,
If you're gonna make
dude.
anybody live forever, I'm putting Dick Van Dyke number one.
It's like...
Sorry, by the way, I should say Emmy Award winner Dick Van Dyke. God,
Almost think about the movie or I guess show 3%, where it's like, oh, there's like the rest of like the poor nation, the... What is it? The districts? You know, like in the Hunger Games? I forgot what they're called. But yeah. And then there's like the rich people. Maybe it's just for the celebrities and they have like an in into that technology because they have like fuck tons of money, I guess,
But okay,
to invest.
Let's get into the mind.
And the rest of us just die off normally
Actually get him talking a little bit
until
more,
it's
because
like
this is the mind that I really want to crack into
released.
and see what's going on.
Scientists discovered that another...
Who the fuck knows the real truth though, I guess. Unless... I don't know. It's weird.
This reminds me of two things.
You know your information is correct when you're getting it from a place that has these watermarks. IG at Rap House TV.
Yo,
This haunted
yeah,
house
motherfucking Rap House TV.
TV. With the brain explosions and the emoji. Come on. I don't know how your internet comprehension skills are that low, bro. If you see something that looks like this online, scroll. Alright, let me lock in.
Reading this reminds me of two things.
You know, it's the shit that gets the most engagement though.
Reminds you that the ocean is
It's
actually...
crazy.
It's just a little reminder. What is space to you? What? I'm pretty sure space is like the definition of outside of our atmosphere. The near vacuum extending between the planets and stars containing small amounts
Yo, space though?
the ocean. What? Wait, who goes to space? What you know about?
Wait, what you know about?
The ocean is actually space. This is
Fucking
actually kind of
bye.
the journey to the center of the earth. Check this out.
I didn't say that.
I mean, yeah, bro, you're showing us a movie. I don't know how else.
The way the flashlight fell down.
This was actually touched on in Journey to the Center. You're like touched on as if it was by like a actual researcher, and this is some documentary. It's actually touched on in Journey to the Center of the Earth when Brendan Fraser was on a green screen and they made it look like he fell through the earth. Yeah, you know what? I'm sure there is stuff underneath the Earth's core. I'm sure there's big, pools of water that are bigger than all the oceans, and they're hiding it from us. Like, no, Rap House TV just told me about it, so they're not hiding it. So it's like, who cares? I don't get it. And why is the ocean space? Him watching him throwing his finger up, like trying to put you on game right now. You see this? It's crazy. Oh my god, this movie does hit. Like when I was 12 years old, this was so fire. But now I'm 24.
I don't even know what like.
Documentary.
They literally be showing us this stuff in movies, and the center of the Earth would be Earth's core.
The movie he's talking about.
Hollow Earth or Inner Earth in the movie Kong versus Godzilla.
Nah, man. Sorry to fact check you here. It's Godzilla versus Kong. You gonna step to a real ape lover? Tell me I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't know, I think my computer died. Oh. What? Okay, this is like a vaguely similar looking island.
Immortal's End.
Are they saying it looks the Moana island?
A lot of times I'll make videos about people that I think that I really wouldn't get along with in real life. I think that Immortal's End and I genuinely would get along. Okay, let's just watch.
Distinguished guests,
Wait, I just realized how weird this video is. Because I was like, wait. It was literally like a TikTok, and they showed their face, and a YouTube video, and they showed their face, and I'm showing my face, and I was like, whoa, that was like Inception. I don't think you care too much, but I was like, whoa, that's fucking crazy. Okay.
Apparently, Joe Biden pooped it.
Shut up. Stop.
I'm not even really getting punished for that. That's not a conspiracy theory. Do you know what a conspiracy is? Let him. By the way, Portuguese. They'll shock you.
I think I already got into I guess like the portal connecting Dublin and New York City. I mean, I think they delayed it recently because people kept like flashing each other and doing like inappropriate things basically. So like it was like portal canceled, but it's not totally canceled. It's just that they basically it's just delayed now. Okay. Let's watch Michelle Platti. I love her. Okay, let's watch her.
Love these type of videos because it's so fun to get nostalgic and look back on our favorite TV shows.
I gotta go
and
mix
movies as a
my
kid
taco
and
meat.
just ruin them. You know? I feel like no matter what, there's always a dark twist or some sort of conspiracy theory surrounding pretty much every TV show and movie you can think of. And I like talking about them because I think it's fun. But also, please leave below your favorite TV shows or movies from your childhood so that I can look up conspiracy theories on those and get them in for you because
You know,
I just
my favorite thing to do after these streams. Sorry. No, fuck it. It's my fucking stream anyway. Before, I guess after these streams, I literally eat tacos. Maybe I'll do a mukbang. My last mukbang was years ago. Who knows? I'm trying to switch it up on my channel. Okay, back to the conspiracy theories. Fuck. Oops, the wrong button. Okay. Here we go.
think it's fun. But without further ado, let's get into the childhood ruining conspiracy theories. Alright, the first one I want to talk about is all about the Minions. So a lot of people have been talking about the Minions lately because Despicable Me 4 or something came out.
Wait.
I've honestly never seen a Despicable Me movie.
I
However,
didn't even know that
there
happened.
has been a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding the Minions for literally years. Basically, the entire time.
I guess I'm not really a kid
I
or
thought
a
the
dad
Minions were
yet,
just,
so
like,
I wouldn't
Rue's
know.
children. I mean, I've never. I mean, like, not his actual children because they're like not humans. But I just thought he like hangs out with them and it's fine. I didn't know he was like a bad guy. But either way, I guess the story of the Minions is that they're
Minions?
equipped to always serve the most evil person in the world at the time. They've been doing this for thousands of years, like literally since
Oh, I think I know where she's going with
so
this.
after the first Despicable Me movie came out, a lot of people started to speculate whether or not that means that the Minions served under Hitler in World War II. Because theoretically they're serving
I don't wanna be
the
like-
person at the time. They've been around forever. It makes complete sense. However, because this is a Disney movie, they decided to make the second movie from the Despicable Me franchise called Minions, and they actually explain that the Minions were conveniently living in an ice cave from 1812 to 1968, basically making it impossible for them to have served Hitler. I just think that's funny.
That's convenient.
That they, like, canon blacked out this specific time so that no one could say that the Minions like fucked with Hitler.
I get it though.
That would be pretty childhood ruining.
Like, that makes sense.
They
really want nothing to do with it creatively.
They just were frozen, so
That
they
makes
couldn't.
sense, though.
Like, what? This is a fucking Disney movie. Like, that's crazy. Also, though, not that crazy.
They're
as well,
very
Disney
aware
was
of the real
a
life.
really big anti-Semite, so there's that.
Visual
Alright, the next
correlation
theory comes
there.
From the movie Up, and it's basically
I didn't really
that
see it until it
Carl
was like talked about more
accidentally
though.
Killed Ellie himself, or is just responsible for her death.
I
so
never
in the
heard about
montage
this.
Of Carl and Ellie's life, we see a lot happen, and a lot of signs point that this could be a very true theory. So when Carl and Ellie buy their house together, it's all beat up. This is like taking place around the 1950s, and the house was presumably from like the 30s or 40s, which was when there were a lot of issues with paint
That
and
was cute.
lead being
Not gonna lie.
involved. So it's theorized that Ellie and Carl's home actually has paint that caused Ellie to be poisoned by lead poisoning.
Oh,
And
shit.
in the
Not
1930s,
cute.
40s, a lot of people had issues with their houses exposing them to lead poisoning. And if you look chronologically in the timeline of Carl and Ellie in Up, they
Wait, I think this is random, but like I lived on a house on base that had like asbestos in it, and then we moved out, and then they made new houses. Anyway,
do experience a lot of the similar
so it's like
symptoms
real in
to
America,
that
like
of
that's a
someone who
thing.
had been infected with lead poisoning. So lead poisoning can cause reproductive issues, which we definitely saw in Ellie and Carl's montage, that they had issues trying to have children and they never ended up having kids. So a lot of people think that maybe because Ellie was exposed to this lead paint that she ended up becoming infertile. The theory also continues that the lead
That's interesting,
poisoning
the
killed
paint
Ellie
and
over
then the
time
image.
and ultimately was what
I don't know if that was
caused
just
her death.
edited that
I mean,
way,
as
though.
we see Ellie aging and getting sicker and sicker, it does kind of seem like it could be like
Too real.
disease, so I wouldn't say that I would rule this theory out. I think it low-key makes a lot of sense. It also explains why it is so hard for Carl to let go of this situation with Ellie in the house and everything, because he feels a sense of guilt.
I didn't
over
even
it
have to
because
see much of that movie to
chose the
get
house
back in
and
my face a
surprised
little.
Ellie with it and didn't check to see if
Fuck.
the paint that they had used in the house prior could be potentially dangerous, and ultimately that led to her death. So it's a dark theory. It makes Up even sadder than it was before, and I hate it. I do.
Literally.
Alright, next theory comes from SpongeBob. And I feel like surrounding SpongeBob,
Oh,
one of the
I
most
love
things
SpongeBob,
that
but
has
then like
conspiracy theories
I don't
around
know.
it is Mrs. Puff. She's fucking weird. She does some weird dark shit.
My
on the
last-
low. I don't know.
My demon experience that I made on my YouTube channel recently, which I think I want to make like an extended version of, because there were some parts I feel like I left out after, you know, like when maybe not everyone understands, but like after I filmed that video, I was like, so random. Like, stop right now and talk about it, but but yeah, I made a short, I guess like a YouTube video on it, and I don't know. So I feel like I want to touch on it more. I think I'll talk about it at the end, but you know.
What
This
but
was
there
playing.
isn't
I was playing SpongeBob basically right before it happened.
Their
But
question about
fucking
Mrs. Puff,
crazy.
and it's
It was
whether or
paused
not
on the
she is
TV.
living in an inception.
So
like
anything can
reality.
happen.
This
Anything.
theory sounds bizarre, but it low key makes a lot of sense and is kind of canon. Like I would say this is pretty true. So in an episode of SpongeBob, there's a brief but very interesting clip of Mrs. Puff's house where
I would never lie about anything. I just want to say, like, I would never bullshit anything like that when it comes to the paranormal, because I wouldn't want to discount from someone else's experience, or like, I feel like that's such a sensitive topic anyway. Like, I wouldn't want to approach that with any fakeness. So whatever happens to me that I talk about on my channel is real, and that actually happened to me. So I just wanted to like say that I would never lie or say anything for like views or anything. But, yeah.
see a photo of her entering
Sorry,
her home,
I'll continue.
and in that photo there's another photo of her entering her home. It just goes on forever. Which, like, what the fuck is that? For those of you who have not seen the Inception,
I always thought that was so weird with Mrs. Puff. Oh my god, where it's like literal Inception. Yeah, literally, where she looks all like beat up and she'll have a dream. If you watch SpongeBob, like as much as I have, I literally have a SpongeBob themed bathroom as a kid. So, early 2000s vibes. I might even do that again, just cause like at some point in my life, just cause that was such a vibe. That was everything and more. But anyway, it's my first themed bathroom. I was so fucking spoiled.
and creating layers of reality that can be manipulated. So fans theorize that this photo in Mrs. Puff's house is a visual representation of the concept that Mrs. Puff is trapped in a series of realities and layers in her own mind. I'm not gonna lie, Miss Puff.
That's like my complex fear.
He is so fucking annoying. Puts her through it every time. Every time
I'm just trapped within.
his driver's test. Like, also,
just kidding.
every episode that Mrs. Puff is in feels like an endless loop, low key. It's very repetitive cycles of traumatic scenarios involving trying to get SpongeBob his fucking boating license. They end up crashing or in just some weird, disastrous situation. There's also an episode where SpongeBob gets his driver's license from another driving instructor. And at the end of the episode, it cuts to Mrs. Puff waking up, like, in a dream-like state, and it kind of insinuates that the entire episode took place in her head. I think that this theory just adds a very interesting layer to SpongeBob, which I do think SpongeBob does have a lot of layers, because
some people hate on, like, oh, it was all in their
creative
head
and smart,
theory,
but there's
but
definitely something there with Mrs. Puff. Like, she has, like, a weird past. We've talked about it before. But her living in this Inception-like reality, it just makes you have a lot of questions as to why is she low-key running the entire show in her head?
But
what's happening? Like, I don't know, but I'm scared.
that is like
I actually think that
reminded me of like my Salvia trip when she said it's just the show is just running all in her head.
Mrs. Puff is probably one of the most
Maybe I'm getting too out there when I talk about that, but
there's just so much lore to her that
Truman Show vibes.
we know it's there, but we don't know what it is, and I think that's really funny, and I hope that they continue to explore that, but I wish they had done that when we were children. But either way, they
Don't forget
probably
to give the
will.
video like,
So I'm interested
I love
to
you
see what
guys.
the lore
I want to
has.
keep making these videos.
Alright, the next conspiracy theory honestly fucks me up. It's about Mr. Caillou. I loved Caillou as a kid. I loved
Caillou.
why the fuck, but I was obsessed with it. And there's
Why does that go through my
dark
fucking head
theory
every
that
time?
Caillou has cancer because he's bald. This has been a thing we've talked
Honestly,
about before, but the theory
I feel
that's,
I am
like,
Caillou when I
really dark
shave my
and really
head
sad,
bald.
And I never heard this part of it, and honestly, it kind of made me tear up. So obviously, because Caillou is bald and like 5 years old, a lot of people are gonna have questions as to
Oh,
why
she
he's
says
bald,
it like
and
that.
there has been, like I said, so many conspiracy theories that he has cancer. So the theory continues that Caillou ended up dying from his cancer.
I don't think it was confirmed in the show though. Like,
is actually his sister Rosie, all grown up, recounting on her old childhood memories with her brother when he was still alive.
oh, that's such a sad
That's
theory.
actually really sad and could make me cry. Also, I feel like it low-key makes a lot of freaking sense. I mean, I always thought the narrator was
the strain that I'm smoking is I smoked a joint that I'm currently smoking, that Cali Lightning, and then I got some strawberry Mo Nana, which the joint was a hybrid. The bud that I got was sativa. Oh, it's so good.
grandma for
I'll
some
shut up.
reason, like, just in my head felt right? But it actually makes so much more sense that it is Rosie and she's remembering their lives together before Caillou died. And honestly, I don't know why. I'm gonna cry if I keep thinking about it. Why is that so sad? Alright, the next conspiracy
It was kind of sad though. I wasn't expecting it to go that direction.
It has all to do with Chip Skylark. A lot of
Oh
people
my
have
God,
conspiracy
Chip
theories
Skylark,
that
don't
he
even
actually
stop.
has his own fairy godparents. So obviously Chip Skylark is the popular like singer.
How dare you bring up absurd things while I'm high?
A lot of people have a theory that he got his rise to fame by having fairy godparents. Everyone's obsessed with him, everyone loves him, and a lot of people think that perhaps he just wished for this to be his reality. There's also been several times where Chip
shocked
will
face.
see Timmy and Cosmo and Wanda without them being disguised. Like,
Is that what you guys want to say?
and Chip Skylark is just around to see it, and he doesn't like bat an eye. But the reason could be because he has had fairy godparents of his own. In another episode, the Tooth Fairy mentions herself, saying that Chip Skylark
I love that it just had like a single big indica nug that I had last time when I picked up, and the rest is just like little sativa nugs. Perfect. I can just pick from it. Oh. Everything is so perfect right now. I'm obsessed with life right now.
Of course,
I love it.
according to the rule
I'm so
book,
grateful.
Children are only allowed to have fairies until I think they're like 12 years old or something.
Awesome.
I don't know what the age is, but they can't have
Love
them as
it.
an adult. And Chip is obviously an adult, so it doesn't explicitly
Can't have enough.
say that fairies can't grant wishes that would trickle on to their adulthood. So maybe Chip Skylark wished for this.
So, maybe Chip Skylark. I just love how she says things.
Just still continued throughout his life, and that's just
Even this one video where she's like,
I don't know.
so these
I
conspiracy theories, it's like
and I just feel like there's a lot of questions
forever stuck in my head.
So let me know your thoughts. All right, we've talked about a
You
lot.
can't be
of
alone in that. Having these weird like
conspiracy
linguistic shit stuck in your head for a while.
weird
And maybe
shit,
it is just
dark
me.
as hell and very scary. So
Bye.
there's a lot of questions.
Cheers.
But I think that this theory about how Eustace and Muriel, the elderly couple in the show, are actually dead, and Courage the dog is just imagining them at this point. So the theory goes that Muriel and Eustace are actually dead, and that their farmhouse represents some sort of purgatory, and Courage, their loyal dog from their actual life, is basically tasked with protecting them from various evil spirits. I mean, I think there's kind of a lot of evidence here with the show because, first of all, the house is quite literally in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's just completely isolated from anything else. All of the people that encounter Courage.
I'm thinking about starting a new channel where it's not like
weed
weed related.
And Courage is always just
But we'll see, because I just don't want to be shadow banned forever.
And I also think that a lot
It
of
sucks,
this
I'm
goes
not gonna
within
lie.
Courage's actual name
But
himself.
we'll see, we'll
Honestly,
see.
A very frightened and anxious dog. His name is Courage. And it's because he, despite his fear, has to show this immense bravery to protect his owners because they are dead. And I hate that. I don't know. Honestly,
I don't know what I would do on that
theories
channel,
about
though.
Courage the Cowardly Dog could go on
What would I do?
ever because genuinely the show is so
I
weird.
don't know.
Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Alright, the next conspiracy theory.
I have no thoughts. My thoughts are
being
non-existent
Why?
at this moment.
Why is that a theory? I don't know, but I actually kind of believe it. I think that this theory is way more prevalent in Johnny Depp's version of.
Dude, my mom used to tell me as a kid, you look like Johnny Depp. And I didn't know what to do with that information.
Low-key was creepier. I
Yeah,
just
but
think
oh my god, if I shave my beard, honestly, whoa.
does such a good job playing a very
Also, yeah, if I have long hair, I'm not gonna lie.
with the children
Without a
is
beard.
just
Probably very similar.
most importantly about this theory that, you know, kind of adds up the most is for sure the fact that the way that the children die is very strange. Well, die, but also they don't
Yeah, that
die.
movie's low-key a horror
Okay,
movie.
low-key. It's a question mark, honestly. Like, for Disney, I'm just, like, a little shook by it. But either way, Augustus quite literally gets sucked up by
Discretion.
chocolate pipes.
Oh my god, the photo.
Chocolate, like, it's contaminated with a human now, but they don't, like, that doesn't seem to be an issue. He turns violet quite
Doesn't seem to be a problem if it's infused with young children.
Again, more food. Like, Willy Wonka is capable of shrinking people down in size.
That movie is
capable
fucked
of
though,
having
really ahead of its time.
squirrels
Now that I
that
think
literally
about it.
attack this girl. There are so many different nuances about how there is something darker
Almost
going
like
on in the chocolate factory.
Black Mirror vibes when I saw that clip, when I saw that part.
Willy Wonka is actually
The strawberries taste like snozberries. I will always remember that part.
There are children in his chocolate. Like, that's so gross. Like, okay, Jeffrey Dahmer, relax.
Okay,
Like,
Jeffrey
Wonka's
Dahmer,
chocolate
relax.
is described as having like unique and magical qualities. So the theory suggests that these qualities are linked to the fact that the chocolate is much more than just chocolate. You know,
Right.
There's
Honestly, in America, it is.
I just think again, the way that they like just
Just
play with the
kidding.
chocolate there. I mean, I know it's a movie, but like, why are these kids contaminating that chocolate river? Like, you can't use it now, but he still does.
I guess it is still a movie.
It's the main ingredient in the chocolate, so it's honestly fine. I'm
Wait,
just gonna say,
Willy
I
Wonka
kinda
is a
believe
real
this
thing
theory.
though in
I
real
know
life
that,
though.
Like, Willy Wonka is supposed to be whimsical and cute, and I totally get it, but there is just something dark about Willy Wonka as a whole. And again, Johnny Depp's
Let me know what
version,
you guys
I feel
think.
like,
I always want to know what you guys think. Like, leave a comment below what you guys think of
Gene Wilder's
everything.
version
I want
of
to.
Willy Wonka
I'll
is
reply.
the most
I go to the
terrifying,
chat.
and like just proves his theory. The way that he acts around the kids, like he has a temper. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
believe it
off. I'm not gonna
wholeheartedly.
lie.
Their theory is about the Polar Express, and this is a pretty dark theory. That
Oh,
the
even
Polar
watching that as a
Express
kid, it was so
actually
off. Like
represents the journey to the afterlife.
everything, the whole like
Did y'all just hear that train?
film
I don't know
score
if
of it
makes
all,
sense,
it's just
but, like,
weird.
They live in Los Angeles. Why is there a train? I'm scared. So the story begins with the boy questioning the existence of
Is there a
Santa Claus on
train?
Christmas Eve, and then the Polar Express suddenly just
Oh my God, the Polar Express.
and basically, a lot of people think that it is a representation of the kid dying, and this sudden departure from his house
gosh.
symbolizes his soul's transition from life to the afterlife. There's honestly a lot of ghostly elements to the Polar
That's
Express.
really
Honestly,
interesting.
kind of fuck with
That it
this
has
movie,
something
low-key
to do with
scary, isn't it?
wheels and like.
But the characters on the
transportation.
train, there's just something creepy about this
Oh,
train
that's
of
so
children,
interesting.
and then like
Oh my God, someone said that Quinlan Blackwell looks like this girl from the Polar Express, and I haven't been able to remove it from my brain.
Tom Hanks just being there like a conductor. It's just, there's something off in my opinion. But the theory continues and suggests that these children on the train represent lost souls.
I literally
trying
cleaned this. Are you
to
proud of
get to
me?
the
I'm so
afterlife.
proud of me. Look
I
at
think
that.
this adds
You know,
a
look-
lot of layers to the Polar Express, and it kind of makes me want to rewatch it because I do feel like something about it has always felt off to me. There are tons of movies where Santa Claus is real, and you know that's really not the issue.
Oh, the
I
amount of
feel like there is
movies,
something just
Christmas movies when you watched as a
weird
kid
about
was
Polar Express, and I've never
crazy.
been able to
The
place it
psychological
until I heard this
treatment.
theory, where the Polar Express is just taking these kids that
I guess
die.
not treatment, the experience. Oh my gosh.
Alright, the last three theories come from my era of Disney Channel, and this is
I
very
love the
exciting to me
Disney
because
Channel.
I love any conspiracy theory.
I've been watching so much like oh my gosh. Like Wizards of Waverly Place.
to do with like classic Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh my God, not her. We're mentioning the same thing.
Of childhood, that's like where I
Right.
grew up watching, and honestly, some of these
Cheers.
series are very creepy. So let's get into it. All right, Life with Derek. We gotta talk about it. We actually have to talk about it. So Life with Derek is a show I think a lot of people don't really know about.
I
Like,
wonder when
I
Life
grew
with
up
Derek
watching
came
it.
out,
I don't know how
though.
many of you guys watched it, but very strange because there is a very nuanced sexual tension between step siblings Casey and Derek. Like,
Let's see.
it's absurd. It's palpable, you know? So Life with Derek
2005. I think I remember seeing it a little bit.
And honestly,
I was
there
literally
just so
5,
many moments
so.
between the step siblings that were just fucking weird. Like, so weird for a Disney show. I don't understand. And a lot of people think that this was actually Disney's intention.
Yo, the
whoever
mid-2000s was
showrunner for
crazy
Life
with the
Derek
YouTube
to
coming out
have
and
this
everything.
sort of weird
It was an
sexual
interesting
tension,
time.
and it just being
If you were
nuanced,
around.
so that they could kind of get away with that.
I was just bearing consciousness then, if you can imagine. And it was like Ned's Declassified, School,
They don't ever play reruns
Survival Guide.
on Disney Channel.
I don't know why that took me with such a delay.
He was trying to cover up this weird incest incestuous show. And I think that this is true. And here's the issue here. I don't think the issue is actually Disney. I think the issue
How is
is
Disney
Canada.
getting away with, like,
Me blaming a whole country.
so
Also,
many sexual innuendos?
Canadian flag, so I'm not anti-Canada. Why does Canada love incest so much? I don't know for any other shows, but
Bye.
the shows I have seen that are Canadian, hello? So
I love it,
crazy
Canadians.
show.
Sorry.
I just got chills. I actually need to rewatch. I miss it. But
I'm so
either
sorry.
way, Degrassi has so many instances of literal incest. Fiona and Declan, what the fuck was that? Why did they put that on TV? Claire and Jake, quite literally Life with Derek. Like, that was, whoa.
Hello. What was that? They were
Because Degrassi wasn't going on
siblings.
Disney Channel. It was like for teenagers. And I just think it's so funny how so many of the
I don't even
Degrassi
remember that
characters
too much.
were on Life with Derek. And I'm
I was
just
probably
like,
too young to
idiots,
even like
what is up
formulate
with y'all
strong
incest?
memories of that,
Why do you want the step siblings
or
to
watch
fuck
Disney
so
Channel
bad?
that hard
It's
at
weird.
that age.
What is that? I swear this
I was
is
playing
totally
SimCity
a real
and
theory,
stuff then.
And I do think that Disney is like, fuck, we fucked up by letting these Canadians have control over this show. Like, alright, next theory I love. This is about Dolly Parton and Hannah Montana.
gosh,
there's
Dolly
there's a theory
Parton.
that the inspiration behind Hannah Montana comes from none other than the iconic Dolly Parton. So the theory goes that Dolly Parton is the real life Hannah Montana and we just don't know it. So for one, this has been a conspiracy theory for a while, not including the Hannah Montana aspect of it, but just Dolly Parton as a whole. We've never seen her without makeup on. We've never seen her without her wigs. She is basically completely unrecognizable without hair, makeup, and outfits, that she probably just lives,
What do
like
you
Miley
mean?
Stewart, a very normal life when she's not dressed as Dolly Parton. I actually am obsessed with this theory, and I think it's really freaking cute because obviously Dolly played a pretty significant role in Hannah Montana's life, was like a role model for Miley growing up, and I just think it's so
I didn't even think
sweetie
about that,
vibes,
how
but I
prevalent
also
she was
think
in the
it's
show.
strange that nobody knows what Dolly Parton actually looks like. Like, that's so crazy. I don't understand how
I
she's not
didn't
been,
even
seen
realize
by
that
paparazzi
when she was in the
out
show.
in
I watched
her
Hannah
way.
Montana so much with my
That's
sister growing
honestly
up
kinda
because we were
nice.
so
She
close
can
in
go
age, like
undercover
a year or so
and
apart.
live a normal life, just like Miley Stewart. All she had to do was take off the wig. Alright, the last childhood ruining conspiracy theory I want to talk about is actually just like childhood reassuring, childhood confirming, childhood happiness. I love this theory, and it is the theory that it is actually canon. Like, this is real. The creators confirmed it. And I'm so happy about it. So it all has to do with Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh my god, Wizard of Waverly Place.
One of my favorite shows. If you didn't want to be Alex Russo growing up, and if she's not like a core part of your personality, you're probably boring.
I literally had the
So
same
the best
filmy
episodes
dynamic.
of Wizards of Waverly Place by far were the episodes where
Not mean to
Stevie
smoke
was in
that
them.
joint all the way down.
Undeniably, the tension between
Ugh.
Alex and Stevie was
I'm
insane.
okay. I'm okay.
Everyone shipped Alex and Stevie. It just felt like there was more to their friendship than what meets the
I literally had a Mexican mom, a white dad,
Peter,
middle
Marietta
sister,
actually confirmed
older
that
brother,
this
and I was the
true.
youngest
He said,
brother.
quote, "I wish we
Same
could
family
pinpoint what
dynamic
was
as them,
quite
so you can
obvious to
imagine
all
how
of
much I
us,
could relate.
which was the relationship between Stevie and
Watching
Alex.
it growing
We
up.
weren't able to in that time, but it was pretty clear to us what that relationship was, and
It's almost
that
uncanny.
would've been fun. We were robbed. I'm like actually so pissed about
Sorry.
this. We were absolutely robbed, and honestly.
Hello, Spaghetti. Thanks for chilling. Yes, Dolly is still pretty.
Have Stevie and Alex like kiss or something, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just gonna be mad because that's just homophobic, personally. But seriously, that's just a great note to end it off on because that made me so happy. Like, I don't
Literally.
if that's true. I was like, okay. And how did all the gay people pick up on that? Because the straight people didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like anytime I would talk about this with like my straight friends, they'd be like, no, Alex and Mason, so wrong. Like, you're just so inherently wrong. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, that is it for today's video.
Okay,
If you guys
awesome.
liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of these childhood ruining conspiracy theories.
Yeah, don't forget, yeah, I guess support Michelle Platti. She makes amazing conspiracy theories. I love you guys. Don't forget to give the video a like. I'm trying to get better at timestamps. I'm gonna leave timestamps below right after this uploads fully. And yeah, I love you guys. I'm gonna work on my channel, and yeah, subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn on post notifications. and then hit the bell, it'll show you to hit all or some. Okay, I love you guys. Bye. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Okay. Bye.